Have you ever had a season where you feel like you're doing all the right things that you should be doing, but you still feel stuck? You're journaling, you're praying, you're manifesting, you're meditating, you're doing all the things, you're going to therapy, like you're doing all the things that you know is good, but you still feel stuck. Well, if you do, this episode is for you. Welcome to the Dope Life Podcast. What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Dope Life Podcast, the dopest podcast ever. And of course, your host, Coach AJ, Dope Life Coach, the dopest life coach ever. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you never miss another episode. If you could be also lovely and dope, leave us a rating and review. We will greatly appreciate it so our podcast can get out to dope individuals just like yourself. Now, let's talk about being stuck. Even though you're doing everything that you know you should be doing, but you still feel like you're not doing what you should be doing. First things first, I want you to understand this. Your healing can be invisible. Your growth sometimes cannot be visible. Your healing sometimes may not be visible. I want you to think about when you put a seed in the soil. You're not seeing the roots come out and it's starting to plant and you don't see anything until it starts to sprout. I want you to think about when you put that into the soil and you water it every day and the sun is shining on it. A farmer or a person who has a garden is sitting there praying and waiting to sprout, just sprout, just sprout. It's the same thing when it comes towards your journey of healing, shifting your mindset, self-improving. Oftentimes we want to see the results right away. Oftentimes we feel like we're stuck, but the truth is the healing process and the mind shifting and the self-improvement, the work is showing in other ways, in other forms. Just like that seed that's being planted, we don't see what's happening underneath the soil. You see, a lot of the times when I think about my own growth journey, I always say like I go through a moment of preparation of planting the seed, then I plant the seed, and then I get to reap the crop from it. And then it's rinse and repeat. That's it. It's rinse and repeat. Your moment of feeling stuck could be your moment in your season of being rooted. And that's not wasting any source of time. That is necessary time. It's needed. Going back to the example I gave you of a garden, in order to see the tomato, the corn, the pumpkin, the potatoes, you have to wait until you see something sprout from the ground. That season of being rooted is necessary. And this is where the surrender part comes in. Sometimes being stuck is not about what you're doing wrong. It's about surrendering the sense of control, the pressure of control, and of controlling the outcome as well. Because you're showing up consistently and you're trying to predict when and how this shift should even happen. But it's not in your control in any way, shape, or form. Of course, it's uncomfortable. Nobody said that growth was going to be comfortable. It's a very uncomfortable season. You're shifting and unlearning things that no longer fit you and where you're trying to go, or in the present moment that you're in. Because surrendering requires patience. But I want you to remember this, and I want you to hear me and hear me good. Patience isn't punishment. Patience is protection. Patience is alignment. Patience is intentional, and patience is purposeful. Because I want you to think about the things you have in your life right now. Maybe in the past, you weren't prepared to receive it then, but you had to have patience to get it now. You don't want the right thing in the wrong time. Trust that the pause that you're in right now actually serves a massive purpose. Sometimes when we say that I'm doing all things that are right, the prayer, the meditation, the journaling, the exercise, the eating right, we're saying to ourselves, I'm doing all things that are right. But what it really means is that I'm doing everything that I think I should be doing. Yeah. But what if right looks different for you in this season? Because remember, we're in different seasons, and different seasons we require different things. For example, maybe right now the right thing isn't adding more hustle. Maybe you should be subtracting some of the noise. Maybe it's less about discipline and more about compassion. Maybe you don't need another strategy. Maybe you just need to slow down and rest in this season. You see, being stuck can sometimes be a sign that you need to redefine what you really need in this moment, in this season. And that's okay too. That's part of the growth process as well. So if you're in the season and feeling like, I'm so stuck, I'm doing everything right, this is not working out, slow down. You're not failing, you're not behind, and you're not broken. You're in a process, and the process is all about preparation, not punishment. Your roots are growing while you're in the soil. Your time is aligning, and your definition of what you think is right is evolving and changing. So instead of asking yourself, why do I feel so stuck? Ask yourself, what is the season teaching me right now? And you can use that one as a journal prompt. All right, y'all. I hope you got some really good gems out of today's episode. And if you're new here again, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the podcast. And I want you to, in the comments below, talk about your seasons of feeling stuck and how you worked out through it. I'll see y'all next week. And you know what to do. Walk with peace, walk with love.